Yeah, settlement management is our first issue, and the major issue that we observed as a group was the issue of lack of land, limited land, not lack of land, for the people of Manafa and Duda, where you find that a family owns maybe like a quarter of land, and all that land lies in a risky zone, either a riverbank, a wetland, or a steep slope. And when you go to them and talk to them about resettlement options, the question they will ask you is, where do you want us to go? But the group highlighted the existence of laws in this country, and that is the National Environment Act, which has very clear regulations on riverbank, it has very clear regulations on wetlands, it has very clear regulations on hill and mountainous areas. But in Duda and Manafa, you find people having pieces of land, some at a gradient of over 70 degrees, and some just next to River Manafa, whose river bank is 100 meters away from the river, from the highest water mark. And owing to that, we came up with some few options, and one of the options is enforcement. And after that enforcement, there is need for follow-up. We have the laws, as I have said, but we are not enforcing the laws. The people are living next to the rivers, the people are in wetlands, and they don't seem to be aware of what they are doing. Another area is, and this follow-up is through community policing and policies. Those are bylaws and ordinances at district and local levels to ensure that the people, after evacuation, don't go back to those risky zones. The second option here that we came up with was land use planning, to ensure that certain areas are put to certain uses that suit the areas, to avoid us living in areas that are risky. I think that was for settlement management. Those are the few additions we had. Then improved agriculture and livelihoods. We came up with the options ranging from improved on-farm management of bananas, rice, coffee, like the use of manure. Because these regions that we are talking about are banana growing areas, rice and coffee, which are all high-value crops. They just need to be improved on farm to ensure that the productivity is increased. After farm, that is post-harvest, we need to do some value addition, especially for the coffee and the rice, to fetch in more money instead of selling them as raw. We also need to do something called irrigation agriculture, because our region has a lot of water, but the rivers just flow. In fact, some people call them snakes because it just flows. Nobody taps that water to use it for anything. The water just flows. In a small dry spell, there will be no vegetables and other things for people to use. So we need to encourage irrigation. And then collective marketing and purchase, especially for the coffee. We have the Bugisu Cooperative Union, which needs to be strengthened. We have very high tourism attraction points in the region. We have wetlands that have crested cranes. We have the bullfighting in some few wetlands in Duda and Manafa, and then some very beautiful hills and valleys for people to watch. Apiary is an option, especially in the national park. We are under the collaborative forest management. Fish farming in the wetlands, this is already ongoing. Mass sensitization is also an option. Then dairy farming, and this is especially good at Manafa, where there's a lot of zero grazing. And then for early warning system, here we come, the issue that the group identified here majorly was the climate change, where nowadays it's very hard to know when the rain is coming or when the dry seasons are coming due to issues of climate change. The local people know that trees begin shedding off leaves when the dry season is approaching, but it's no longer the case. Even in the middle of the rainy season, trees shed off leaves. So this one has become a challenge in our region. And the options that we were able to come up with were, one, early warning signals in local language, in Lumasaba and Runyore can help us. Evacuation centers should be put in place where people can easily take off for their lives. Then disaster preparedness committees, those are the DDMCs, broken